Hey, it's your girl Shani, the Jamaican Chatterbox, here with another episode of Organized Chaos. This episode is powered by Java Coffee. It's on these very cold mornings that we occasionally have. There's nothing nicer than just snuggling with your favorite blanket and sipping your hot coffee. This is how I like to start my mornings, every morning, just to get me in the mood. I won't lie, sometimes it's really hard to leave my house, especially when it's been this cold. Every single person goes through trials and tribulations and hard times, and sometimes you're going through something and you don't think it's that big of a deal, but it's affecting you in a way that you didn't expect. A few years ago, I was going through a little rough patch in my life. Once again, every couple of seasons, a new rough patch comes. Isn't that the truth? One of my sisters noticed just how heavily things were weighing on me. And she said to me, you know what, Shani? I really think at this point in time, you need Jesus. And I giggled to myself because I said, of all of my sisters, this is the one I always tease that she's the biggest heathen, right? And if she tell me that I need Jesus, my corner's dark. So she says to me, Shani, why don't you ask mommy to come and pray for you? Now, if anybody knows my mom, she holds up the four corners of church. She going to come and she going to pray and bless out the place. She going to anoint you with her olive oil. She going to go dump on her knees. She going to give you some good prayers. So I said, you know what, Zara, it's true. She said, call mommy and ask her to come and pray for you. So I called my mom and I said, boy, mommy, you know, this is a season, one of my many seasons, but if you don't mind, could you come and pray for me? So my mother said, yeah, man, Shani, I'm going to come. I'm going to call on my prayer warriors and we're going to come and pray for you. I'm like, mommy, calm down. It's not that serious. I don't need your prayer warriors. I don't need the church to come. You are sufficient. You come and just pray for me. So no, man, Shani, I'm going to bring my prayer warrior. I'm going to come. I'm going to pray for you. Cool. So my mom comes with her prayer partner and myself and my husband, David, we're here. We sit down and the first thing this woman looks at me and she says to me, there is a song that you keep playing on repeat. What is that song? And I sat there in shock because there was a particular song that I was milking it. I was playing it morning, noon, and night. I think my kids were tired of hearing this song. David was probably tired of hearing the song. And I was playing it over and over. And this is the first thing this woman says to me. What is the song that you keep playing? So I kind of look at her with shock. I then said, there is a song I keep playing, but I think it's a secular song. So I'm feeling kind of cute, telling this churchy woman about a secular song. And she's like, it doesn't matter. Play the song for me. I want to hear what song you've been listening to because I've picked up in my spirit that you're playing a song on repeat. So I pull out my phone, connect it to the speaker, and I play the song. And as I'm sitting there listening to the song, I get overcome with emotions. And I'm listening and feeling every word of this song and tears just start streaming down my face. You know, when a song has such an impact on you, it almost imprints on your soul. This is how I'm feeling about this song. And as the song is playing, I am singing the song and just tears are just flowing. By the time the song finishes, and I'm going to play the song for you. I'm going to play the song for you so you can hear exactly what it is I'm listening to in this song. So I'm going to play the song for you, just a minute and a half of the song so you can hear for yourself.
Oh, everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life. Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life. Even before you call, you don't answer prayer. My Baba, you too short, you no fear. feet, fall your hand. Even before you call it, don't answer prayer. My Baba, you too short, in no feet, fall your hand. Fall your hand. Follow you they go. Everything I've been wanting, man.
And as I turn off the song and wipe my face, collect myself, because I'm now a blubbering idiot, the woman says to me, that's really a beautiful song, but unfortunately, I don't understand anything it said. And I'm giggling, going, not a problem. It is an Afrobeat song. So she's saying she doesn't understand the words. So I start repeating the words that I hear in the song that connect with you. So when I say to her, the song says, everything I've been wanting manifested in my life. I hear when it says, even before you call, God is going to answer prayers. I hear, I'm going to follow you, dear God. My papa is going to provide for my hands. So after I tell her all of the lyrics of this song and why it has connected to me and in the season that I was going through, and she says to me, it doesn't matter if it's a secular song. It's a song that resonates with you, and it's the message that you're hearing, and it's the message that you're connecting with. Fast forward a few weeks, I'm playing this song yet again, and I'm on YouTube, and I'm looking at the lyrics of this song, and everything that I'm singing, the song don't even go so. All that I am thinking I hear in the song, it wasn't really written in the song. But that doesn't even matter. It's the message I received from the song. But I will say this, although I thought it was a secular song, it's actually an Afro gospel song. And the meaning was correct. So the meaning I got from the song was correct. I just added quite a few words and ad-libbed a lot of it. But it was the same powerful message. And the message of the song is, even before you call or you ask, it has already been answered. And that is what imprinted on me. That is what resonated in my soul and I connected with. Many times we go through challenges, we go through hardship, we're faced with hard decisions. You're wondering why something has happened in your life. It could be the ending of a particular job or career or the ending of a friendship. Something has happened. It could be injury or illness. When I had a challenge with my hip, something has happened that has shaken our reality. We have surrendered and prayed to God, but we're praying and asking Him to intervene and to assist us. But we need to not only pray and ask for God's assistance, we need to pray as though the answer has already happened. And that is what was so powerful for me in this particular song. Even before you call or ask, it has already been answered. And I'm reminded over and over, every time I'm faced with something new, a new challenge, something that I have to go to God in prayer. It's changing the way I pray and my belief. It's changing just asking God to intervene, but actually approaching Him and my prayer with gratitude and thanking Him for the answered prayers, for the outcome that He has already manipulated and curated just for me. Life is always challenging, and good things and bad things will happen to us, and we'll never know why. But I am a strong believer in everything we go through has teachable moments. Every experience we have, there's a lesson to be learned. And the only question we can ask, or we should ask, is what is the lesson I'm supposed to learn? Now, if we keep making the same mistakes over and over, that is the sheer definition of insanity. You can't keep making the same mistakes over and over and expect a new outcome. But when you're able to sit back and analyze, why did that happen? And why was I allowed to go through that and experience that? If you can take from it the lesson and learn so that your foundation is built stronger for you to continue stepping forward. All of our life is a collection of moments and of memories and of teachable experiences. And as we collect all of those experiences, we keep creating and paving a new path for us to walk forward on. Nobody wants to walk backwards. Nobody wants to go back in their past and relive anything. But each experience creates part of the foundation we're walking on and part of the road we're going to travel to move forward. Yesterday, I was speaking with a friend of mine, and she was expressing to me that she's really trying to piece her life back together and pick up where she left off. As with all of us, things got turbulent and she went through a challenging time period. But in rebuilding herself, she was also reflecting on her past, whether decisions she made, poor judgment calls, lessons that were learned, challenges and hurdles she went through. And as she's rethinking some of these things, it's hard not to get sucked back into that place that you were when you were low, when things weren't ideal, when you were struggling. And as I expressed to her, every experience we went through is part of the fabric that weaves who we are today. So we can't negate the experiences that we went through. We can't negate the good or the bad. It all plays a specific role in creating who we are, in strengthening who we are, in building our faith, in building our character. It's the people who have had an extremely easy life with absolutely no issues, no ups and downs, no challenges, no obstacles they had to go over. 9 out of 10 times, they probably don't have much character. Things have just been handed too easily to them. And the truth of the matter is, I don't think there's anybody truly like that. Because no matter how great somebody's life appears, there's a story behind it. They've been through something in their life. And all of that builds character. It makes us who we are. The challenge I see is when we keep reliving the past and we stay stuck. We keep placing ourselves in the situations that we've been through and we're not growing from it. That is the issue. The issue is not who you are now, or where it is that you're going. The issue is where you're staying. The past is in the past. You can't keep looking in your rearview mirror because you're not going backwards. We need to realize we need to let go of what is not serving us. And unfortunately, during that process of letting go, it's also letting go of not just situations and memories and the hurt. It's also letting go of people or the persons who, whether they have not been a positive influence in our life or they come with a lot of negative energy or downright unkind. We have to let go of them. Places that we used to exist in and we used to operate in, if those places do not bring out the best in us anymore, if those places are no longer serving us with the energy that we have connected with those places, we need to remove ourselves from those places and move forward, because there's no room for growth if you're staying stagnant in those places that still have that negative energy attached to it. It could be a particular job that is no longer bringing out the best in you. A job has held you captive and have kept you stagnant with a lid on your ceiling. You're no longer growing in that job. It's time to let it go. If those people, places, jobs, if they're not serving you anymore, it's time to release it, let go, and move on. Many of us are living in our past. Do not get me wrong, our past serves a very important purpose. It served a lesson. It was a teachable moment. It built character. It's part of who we are. But you cannot live in the past. Many of us are holding on to the hurt that we've experienced in the past. The disappointment, the regret. None of that serves us. How is living in the past and living with regret serving us now? You know what it does? It steals our joy. It steals our joy in the moment that we're existing in. Life is short, you know. Life is so short, but we spend so much time. And it's not just spending time, it's wasting time on things we can't change. Things that have come and gone, you can't change the past. So why are you dwelling in it? And all that I notice that happens with living with regret, it acts like a cancer in our bodies. It erodes our bodies. It erodes our bones. We get riddled with pain and rot. Regret harbors rotting. Rotting of your soul, rotting of your bones. It allows illness to creep in. It sounds crazy, maybe, but it really does. And I've seen it enough to realize that it serves no purpose. Why am I going to live now and operate in a time period now and keep holding on to the things that are stealing my joy? Joy doesn't come by easily, so I certainly don't take it for granted. And when I can experience joy and find happiness in a moment, in an interaction with somebody, I'm not going to let something from my past and experiences I've had steal my joy. Guard your joy and guard your energy. There are certain people that we operate in a space with that are energy vampires. Are they good people? Yeah, some of them are. Some of them don't really mean ill intent, but unfortunately, there is something in them that they're struggling to deal with, and it makes them suck your energy. Have you ever just been around some people and they never have something positive or good to say? There's always a heaviness when you're around them. I'm sorry, but why do I need to be around that person who is constantly sucking my energy and not adding to the quality of my life? Whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's a co-worker, at this stage of my life, I am unapologetically curating the type of life that I want to have. I want people who are going to inspire me to be a better version of me. I am by no stretch of the imagination perfect. I'm a work in progress, and I'm willing to keep doing the work, and I'm willing to keep growing and evolving. But I want to be around people who foster that. Not people who are constantly criticizing and chastising you for the type of person you are, but people who are going to foster growth and expansion and elevation of your skills, your personality, your character, help you to reach your goals, hold you accountable for the plans you've made for yourself. So ask yourself that question. Who are your people? Who is your community? What does your circle of friends look like? And just because you loved somebody and they played a very vital role in your life in the past, but you realize you guys are growing apart or you have different goals and interests, you can still love people from afar, you know. There are many people I can love them from afar, but they don't need to be in my day-to-day life right now because they're not adding value to my life. They're not improving the quality of my life. I can pray from you from afar. I can wish you well from afar. But we can agree to disagree if we realize that our paths aren't going in the same direction. There's something wonderful about reaching midlife. Many of us think it's fearful. Oh my God, I'm getting older. I'm now in midlife. I've reached a center of my life and everything is downhill from here. No, everything isn't downhill from here. There's a beautiful clarity that I've found at this stage of my life. Don't get me wrong. It comes with other obstacles and other hurdles like perimenopause, which I really could do without. So I'm not going to preach to you that everything is so beautiful now in my 40s. But I've reached that point where I'm not carrying the weight of other people's expectations of me. I'm not carrying the weight of what somebody else thinks my life should look like. I'm embracing my chaotic life right now, trying to find balance, trying to curate a life that serves me and serves my family. I am open and happy to the positive influence of the people around me. And I have reached that point where I can comfortably step away from certain relationships that I feel are not serving me at this point in time and do it without feeling guilty. And do it without feeling guilty. And if my existence is not adding value to the lives of people I see close to me, I want them to remove me from their life too. Remove it from your friend circle if you don't think there's any value in my friendship and what I'm adding to your life. But let me be very clear with you guys. Be confident and secure in who you are and who you're becoming. And do not let anybody, whether in your circle, your family, your friends, your workplace, try to dictate how you should operate as a person if you are truly being authentic to you. You can't show up in a capacity for other people if it is not in your wheelhouse at this point in your life. I can only show up with what I have in me. I can only show up for my family and friends with what I'm capable of showing up with. So if you find that people are demanding more from you than you're unable to give, acknowledge it and let them know, I apologize that you feel that way, but I'm doing the best I can and I'm giving you what I'm capable of giving you. And if it's not enough, let's agree to shelve this relationship right now. And that is okay. You can only give what you're capable of giving. So at this stage of my life, as things come, and everything comes at different wavelengths, things don't come at the most ideal time. But I have to protect myself first and foremost. I'm not going to give from an empty cup. So whenever people see me pulling back, whether they take it personally or not, that's up to them. But there are times in my life that I have to pull back just to replenish my cup. Don't feel guilty about replenishing your cups. Don't feel guilty about prioritizing your emotional and mental health. We're living in a time period that things are moving so fast and things are so demanding. We have to stay true to ourselves and keep our sanity. I see too many people trying to have so many pots on the fire all at the same time, and them don't even realize everything I burn up, Every pot them have on the fire I burn up, but they're trying to be everything for everyone and failing at all of them. I'm not about that right now. I'm about self-preservation so that I can manage whatever I take on. I can manage showing up for my husband as a great wife. I can manage showing up for my children as a great mother. I can manage showing up for my friends to be a really good friend. So when I pull back, it's about putting myself first at that time period so that I can recharge. And just like that song I shared with you, everything I need to manifest for myself. Not manifest for myself by always doing a vision board, which I'm sure is great. I've never done a vision board. And every year I say, boy, Shani, you should really try and do a vision board this year. Maybe I'll still do it. Nobody says you have to do a vision board in January. But manifesting for yourself is actually putting it out there, what you want for yourself. It doesn't matter how frivolous and trivial you may think it is. When you put it out there and you start willing that positive energy to come your way, you will be surprised. You will attract it. But if you keep thinking doom and gloom and wallowing in your negativity, that's all you're going to attract. If you keep praying to God and asking Him for health and wellness and healing and for bringing a good man into your life and for straightening the path of your children or solving problems in your friendships, but you keep praying with doubt. You keep praying and holding on to what you want Him to take, but you're not letting go of it. It's not going to happen. We need to pray in a way that we are already acknowledging and giving him thanks for the answered prayers he's going to give us. When we're doing something and we're submitting these documents to the bank and we're trying to get approvals for the loan that we need to thank God because we know he's the God of documents. We need to thank God while we're praying because we know he's the God of opening closed doors in his time. And if he happens to keep that door closed, it's because he's protecting us from what's behind the doors that we can't see. Sometimes we're not privy to the protection that God is giving us. We just think that, here we go again, we did ask him to give me this and he never give it. He didn't give us in that time because he knew if he gave it to us, we were going to squander it in that moment and that we weren't quite ready for that opportunity yet. But our God is a God of gifting us. He wants to provide for us. We just need to be okay with his timing. So when you're praying and when you're trying to manifest and really put it out there what you want for yourself, when you're asking God for these blessings of abundance, if this is not a season that you can keep the abundance that you're getting, God is saving you by not giving you now and giving you when he knows you're ready for it. So we need to change how we are praying. We need to look at ourselves and see what are the issues that we're facing. What is the why that we're doing certain things? And what is the how we're going to start implementing? How are we going to change some of these behaviors? We've already said we want to manifest and want to throw it out there. And we've already done the prayers and asked God to give us. But how are we going to manage the blessings that are going to come? Start focusing on your how to set yourself up for what you're going to be doing. Start focusing on why, correcting the why in our lives. Why did this happen? Why could I not hold certain things in my hand? Why am I attracting money back and I keep it? Why am I attracting a good man but him not staying? Why am I qualified for a job I'm applying for but I'm not getting the job? Sometimes we don't want to have the real conversations with ourselves because we might be afraid of the answers that will come out from it. But the only way we can really move forward and claim what is rightfully ours, we have to do the hard work. We have to ask ourselves those questions. When we get the answers, we have to put the work in and position ourselves for the blessings we've already thanked God for. So I've already thanked God for opening closed doors for me. I've already thanked God for giving me the documents I needed. I've already thanked God for bringing opportunities that match me and match where I'm at in my life. Because I don't want every single job opportunity. They're not all for me. I've asked him to send the specific ones that he curated just for me, that I was meant for. I've asked God to remove the people from my life that were no longer serving me. So yes, it was hurtful for certain people to exit from my life, but God protected me. I could only move forward by lightening my load. And that in itself is a very scary thing for a lot of people to embrace. You want to carry everybody with you when you're moving forward, when you're going ahead, because many of us don't like change, but not everybody is meant to go the distance with us. Sometimes we have to leave some people behind. We love them, but remember I said, you can love them from afar. You can pray for people without having them in your day-to-day life anymore. If you really want to initiate change in your life, you need to change your energy, shift your mindset. Ask yourself those pertinent questions and see what those answers are. And from those answers, start structuring your prayers in a different way. Pray from a place of gratitude and thanksgiving. Thank God for what He has already done, because it is already done. Operate from a place of faith. Faith only has to be the size of a mustard seed. Operate from a place of faith. Be a faithful prayer. Pray with thanksgiving and see how things will change. The outcome will be very different. Manifest what you want by speaking positively. Surround yourself with people that motivate you to be a better version of yourself. It's okay to trim the fat sometimes. Not everybody is meant to go the distance with you. So on that note, let's keep this chatter going. Let's create community with building each other, positive energy, and forward movement. So until next time.